Wrestling fans, from the former home of the Berlin Wall, it is RWL Rage, live from Berlin. Good evening to everyone, wherever you may be. My name is Don Hickson, and we have got an action-packed 2-hour card of RWL Mad Action, as only Rage can present it.
Hi everyone, GM Steve Groves here, and you better know, right away, if you're hoping to see Kazmanson this week, it isn't happening. Our resident loony guru is suspended this week for his conduct at the end of the last show.
Herc honey, seeing you go off on Kaz was the highlight of my week. How dare he threaten you, or Dione? I hope you beat his ass so bad he ain't back next week neither.
Alright, Christy, I'm sure we'll delve into the matter further later, but right now it's time for our opening contest, a cruiserweight matchup between Shinsuke Nakamura and new arrival Mad Dog Mark McKay.
Sweet. The master of Japanese strong style. One of my favorite Japanese imports.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Kyoto, Japan, at 229 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura.
And indeed, the master of Japanese strong style has captivated American audiences with his unique stylings. And we're going to see Shinsuke Nakamura in action tonight against Mad Dog Mark McKay in his third RWL matchup.
His opponent, from Ithaca, New York, weighing 205 pounds, and accompanied by Miss Morse X, here is Mad Dog Mark McKay.
2 appearances, 2 matches, 2 wins so far for Mad Dog Mark McKay and his manageress, Miss Morse X. And how's he going to fare against Shinsuke Nakamura? Well, that remains to be seen.
This guy's an enigma to me. His look is so basic, so understated, that it's deceptive, because once McKay starts really going to work on an opponent, his talent shines through. But I think you both make a good point, as Nakamura is said to be a big step up from McKay's previous opponents, should raise the challenge bar for him just a bit.
Will he be outclassed by Nakamura, or will he rise to the occasion as he has in his previous 2 matches? Again, that remains to be seen. Mad Dog Mark McKay, wow. Him and Miss Morse X putting on quite a show here in Berlin.
He's definitely got the raw talent though. Doesn't need or use a lot of fancy gimmickry. McKay is just very basic, in-your-face kind of competition. Wonder what he's gonna make of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, Christy, no matter how you slice it, it is going to be an excellent cruiserweight match and a terrific start to tonight's Rage card. Check out Miss Morse X here. I wonder who she really is under that mask.
You're not alone, Don. A lot of people seem to recognize her, but so far, no one's got any evidence.
Well, Shinsuke Nakamura certainly going to prove a test for Mad Dog Mark McKay. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. Nakamura with a hard right goes behind. McKay counters with an elbow. Nakamura with a beautiful bridging suplex. They lock up. And up over the shoulders goes Mark McKay. And head first into the turnbuckle. Nakamura countered quickly by Mark McKay. McKay opens up with a series of left slides, follows it up with a drop kick. Spins Nakamura around. McKay all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Shinsuke Nakamura standing and whoa! Look at that double axe handle. Finds the mark right away. 1, 2, no. Only a 2. Just a 2 count. And Mark McKay resumes his work on Shinsuke Nakamura. Hard knuckles to the side of the head of Nakamura. McKay with a blatant choke on Nakamura. Miss Morsex guiding the events from the outside here. McKay whipped to the ropes. Beautiful arm drag from Nakamura. 1, 2, no. Barely a 2 count as Nakamura continues to exploit having Mad Dog Mark McKay down on the mat. Whoa, a running knee right into the head of Mark McKay. Shinsuke Nakamura escorts McKay into the corner, head first into the turnbuckle, but look at this. McKay turns it around and proceeds to work on the arms of Shinsuke Nakamura. Whoa, what a headbutt right there. And McKay putting the boots to the throat of Shinsuke Nakamura. And McKay looking very good in the opening goings here against the master of Japanese strong style, who doesn't seem to have an answer for McKay's offense. On the outside now. McKay working on both legs of Shinsuke Nakamura as Miss Morsex guides the actions, providing advice to Mark McKay. Into the ring steps goes Shinsuke Nakamura as Mark McKay rolls himself back into the ring. Referee still counting at Nakamura, indicating to the fans that he is all right. I think he's pretty provoked right now. Returns to the ring, going after McKay, but whoa, look at this, clothesline right back out on the floor. How about this right here? Mark McKay on the top turnbuckle, stalking Shinsuke Nakamura like a vulture. Boom, connects with the double axe handle, and down goes Nakamura again. Mark McKay really, really aggressive in this matchup against Shinsuke Nakamura. Drives the knee but doesn't connect. Nakamura quickly out of the way. Snap suplex from Shinsuke Nakamura out onto the floor for Mark McKay. McKay rolled back into the ring. Again, Shinsuke Nakamura indicating to the fans that he is perfectly all right. Mark McKay definitely looking like he's perfectly all right. Shinsuke Nakamura displaying a bit of a limp here. Perhaps the work on the legs has taken his toll. Look at this, Shinsuke Nakamura taking off the turnbuckle right in his face. Oh, and gets hung up on the rope for his foolishness. Double axe handle again off the top rope for Mark McKay. And Shinsuke Nakamura has definitely looked better in other matches. Head first into the apron goes Nakamura. McKay really putting the boots to Nakamura here on the outside with the referee counting. What a jab, a series of jabs and a hard left from Mark McKay. Shinsuke Nakamura countering. Beautiful drop kick from Shinsuke Nakamura. The referee still counting as McKay is rolled back into the ring by Nakamura. They lock up. Nakamura whipped to the far corner, clotheslined, and collapses out onto the mat. McKay gathers him up again, kick to the midsection. And here we go. Whoa! What an elevator neck breaker right there. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. You can chalk this one up. Mad Dog McKay wins by pinfall.
The time was 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Here is your winner, Mad Dog, Mark McKay.
This win puts McKay at 3 for 3. I think the new guy's working out just fine, Steve. He's gonna compete at the championship level in the future. You can just kinda tell.
That's why I had him sign with Rage. I think McKay is gonna shake up the cruiserweight division someday. And it looks like he's off to a solid start, Christy.
And we'll be back with more RWL Rage right after this.
Up next, manager MJ Ferrantino returns with the returning Brenton Quinn Stewart, set to go one-on-one against Big Cass, along with Enzo Amore.
Well, Big Cass in a recent appearance dropped his match to Larry Zbyszko. Let's see if he does any better tonight against BQ Stewart.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, along with his manager, MJ Ferrantino, from Northridge, California, weighing 275 pounds, Brenton Quinn Stewart.
It's been quite some time since we've seen Brenton Quinn Stewart, BQ Stewart in action. And MJ Ferrantino has brought Brenton Quinn Stewart back after a long time away to engage Big Cass this evening.
BQ Stewart's looking better than when he was here last. And Ferrantino has had the guy training like a fiend for his return to our WL. As part of Rage, has he got what it's gonna take to take down Big Cass? He sure looks like he could to me.
And here is the unique and eclectic friend and associate of Big Cass, Enzo Amore, heralding the arrival of the big man to the arena tonight for this matchup.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
Enzo Amore, certainly a dynamo of energy when it comes to Big Cass.
Cass is definitely a big dude, but I'm still thinking how Larry Zbyszko took him down in his last match, and being real, BQ Stewart's a whole lot more powerful than Larry.
And as for our opponents tonight, there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
Stewart beat Caravan Eric in his debut match 5 years ago, and that made a huge impact with fans.
And indeed, Big Cass and Enzo about to find out how soft or not Brenton Quinn Stewart actually is. The referee rings the bell, and here we go. Big Cass charges into a Luthez press hard right hands to the head of Brenton Quinn Stewart. BQ Stewart taking more punishment. Hard right hands from Big Cass, who rebounds off the ropes, and beautiful elbow drop. Just beautiful. Brenton Quinn Stewart definitely on the defensive here. Hard right hand goes behind. Look at this. Squeezing the brain, squeezing the skull of Big Cass, and he just went down. Big time. BQ Stewart with a hard Irish whip into the ropes. Big Cass collides and no result. Cass whips Stewart to the ropes and catches a back body drop from BQ Stewart, who was definitely one step ahead. Now into a shoulder claw on Big Cass. Enzo Amore looking a little bit concerned at this point, while MJ Ferrantino is looking extremely confident. Stewart rounds up Big Cass, pitches him across the ring towards the corner. Big Cass catches an overhand right from Stewart. Big Cass rounds him up. Oh my, look at that. Powerful slam right in the center of the ring. And that one definitely hurt Brenton Quinn Stewart. Now Big Cass taking full advantage of Brenton Quinn Stewart down on the canvas, inflicting as much punishment as is humanly possible. Oh my, slamming the head of BQ Stewart into the canvas. Big Cass. Uh-oh, here we go. Look at the power of BQ Stewart military press slam on the big 7-footer. How about that? Brenton Quinn Stewart trying for a bear hug, but no. Big Cass, countering out of a potential disaster, responds with an axe kick that takes Stewart back down again. Stewart countering the Irish whip. Collision with no result, up and over, but Brenton Quinn Stewart gets countered by Big Cass. Takes him down with a one-arm slam, much to the delight of Enzo Amore. Cass goes for the cover. 1, 2, just about a 2, with Brenton Quinn Stewart still too powerful to be pinned. And now, Big Cass administering a shoulder claw in retaliation for the shoulder claw he received at the hands of Brenton Quinn Stewart, to the delight of Enzo Amore and the consternation of MJ Fiorentino. Big Cass rounds up Brenton Quinn Stewart, tries for a spear, doesn't catch one, catches an arm breaker. Instead, BQ Stewart moves in, trying for the vertical suplex, but no. Big Cass quickly countering his way out of that one too. A series of hard rights and a throat chop that takes Stewart right back down again. Brenton Quinn Stewart having the boots taken to his right leg at the hands of Big Cass. And Enzo Amore damn sure liking what he sees. Brenton Quinn Stewart back up to his feet, catches a shot, quickly counters with a hard forearm, misses with the clothesline, gathers Big Cass up. Look at this. Look at the power here. What's he going to do with him? Hangs him off the top rope. Down goes Big Cass. Brenton Quinn Stewart covers 1, 2, and just about a 2. Big Cass also still too powerful to be pinned at the present time. Brenton Quinn Stewart rounds him up. Whoa, what a rib breaker right there. Oh, my. And Big Cass in big trouble with Brenton Quinn Stewart on the middle rope and takes him down with a crossbody. Big Cass now in serious trouble. Look at this. A Von Erich style brain claw from Brenton Quinn Stewart. This could be big trouble for Big Cass. Enzo Amore looking very relaxed, doesn't look too concerned as Brenton Quinn Stewart powers his way out of the brain claw. That was pretty impressive all by itself. Snapmare puts Stewart down on the mat. Whoa, hard right shot to the head of Brenton Quinn Stewart. Big Cass motioning for something big here. Whoa, huge elbow drop right into the heart of BQ Stewart. Cass goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, no! BQ Stewart still refusing to give up the ship here. And Big Cass now stalking Brenton Quinn Stewart, sensing he may be near victory. Big Cass rounds him up. Look at this. What a slam right there. Goes for the cover. And look at this. MJ Fiorentino getting into it with Willie Johnson. Doesn't like what he sees at all. Big Cass follows it up with a stomp to the face of Brenton Quinn Stewart. And oh my, what a knee. Big Cass clearly in control of Brenton Quinn Stewart at the present time. Slams the knee into the canvas. Now Big Cass trying to assert himself here. Whoa, look at this. BQ Stewart counters. Another collision. And look at this. Big Cass slipping through the back door on BQ Stewart. Another running kick that takes Stewart down. And now bouncing his head against the canvas like a basketball. Big Cass drags BQ Stewart center ring, goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, and whoa, that is it. Big Cass wins this one over BQ Stewart by pinfall.
The time of the match was 6 minutes and 58 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Big Cass.
Well. Would have been nice to see Stewart pick up a win after being away so long, but it seems Big Cass had other ideas about it. Impressive win for Cass and Enzo, even if it wasn't what I was hoping for.
Stewart came back strong and went in on the attack full force, but he just couldn't maintain it long enough to stop Big Cass in this case. Sometimes, that's just how it is. You can do absolutely everything right and still end up with an L in the column. Still a great matchup.
Yes, sir, you booked a beauty right there, Steve.
Well, this sends BQ Stewart and MJ Ferrantino back to the old drawing board when it comes to reigniting Stewart's career. He did great, but it's still a tough loss he's going to have to shake off.
And so the end result in our second matchup is Big Cass getting the Duke over Brenton Quinn Stewart. And we have a whole lot more action coming up. We've got Greg the Hammer Valentine. We've got Jacqueline and Ivory in ladies tag team action. That and a whole lot more when RWL returns right after the break, so don't you go anywhere.
This Wednesday night, catch the premiere of RWL Late Night. Join Tex Lynch and RWL Light Heavyweight Champion Sir Reggie Smythe for an hour's worth of wrestling action, featuring stars of both Snarl and Rage. The action will be freewheeling, and the excitement is guaranteed. So check out the premiere of RWL Late Night this Wednesday, October 16th, right here on the RWL YouTube channel.
Up next on Rage, our first tag team match of the evening, and it is going to feature Koko B. Ware and the Junkyard Dog joining forces against Best of the West's Jim Dandy Deacons and RWL Mid-South Champion Billy White Moon.
The following tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, at a combined weight of 495 pounds, from Nashville, Tennessee, the team of the Junkyard Dog and the Birdman, Koko B. Ware.
Hey, it is good to see these two crowd pleasers back again. Fans just love the pairing of Koko B. Ware and JYD, and they're gonna give Best of the West a proper exciting matchup for sure. Both these teams are crazy popular.
Which is why I made this match from Go Christy. They're both equally popular, equally successful, and equally skilled in the ring. There's no way we don't get an explosive match from these teams.
Well, Steve, I certainly can't fault your logic. They are two fantastic teams, and they are going to deliver an exciting matchup for sure.
Their opponents, accompanied by Honest Slim Morton, at a combined weight of 480 pounds, from Houston, Texas, and Norman, Oklahoma, the team of Jim Dandy Deacons, and the reigning RWL Mid-South champion, Best of the West.
The result of a trade between Snarl and Rage, which saw the Cobra Corps go over to Snarl, and we wound up with Best of the West, which is really not a bad bargain in the end.
We did end up with Mid-South champion Billy White Moon in the deal. And while I hated to see Sarge and his gang leave, I'm sure they'll do great over at Snarl for Tex Lynch.
And so Snarl's loss is Rage's gain as we pick up Best of the West, and they begin this matchup with Koko B. Ware and the Junkyard Dog.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, guys.
All right, we've got Koko B. Ware and Jim Dandy starting us off as the bell sounds. Collar and elbow tie-up. Jim Dandy shoves Koko B. Ware back into the corner. Koko tries to hit him with a clothesline. It was like hitting a wall. No good. All the way up and all the way back down with a vertical suplex from Jim Dandy Deacons. Koko B. Ware sweeps the leg, takes him down. Jim Dandy countering with a pretty good arm drag. Rounds Koko back up. Koko counters with a kick. Fails to connect with a clothesline again. Catches another kick to the midsection. And Koko B. Ware whipped into Best of the West corner. Escaping the corner. And now counter Irish whipping Jim Dandy Deacons into his own corner. And here comes the Junkyard Dog on the tag. And an air assist with cross body from JYD. Jim Dandy catching a leg drop from the Junkyard Dog. Jim Dandy countering with a pretty good forearm. Whips JYD into his corner. Here comes Billy White Moon, the Mid-South champion. Delivers a wicked kick to the midsection. KOKO in the corner watching Junkyard Dog work. And he has taken Billy White Moon down. Hard right hand puts Billy against the ropes. White Moon whips JYD to the ropes. Whoa, Junkyard Dog quick with the counter, follows it up. Whoa, look at this. Billy White Moon escaping a backbreaker at the hands of JYD. Whips him into the far corner. Beautiful running splash takes Junkyard Dog into the corner seated. And an alley-oop out of the corner, courtesy of Billy White Moon. White Moon with a kick to the midsection. Takes Junkyard Dog up into the power bomb position. Power bombs him right into the turnbuckle. My goodness. Jim Dandy Deacons watching his partner go to work here as Billy White Moon twists the head and neck of the Junkyard Dog, inflicting more punishment. And the fans certainly do appreciate Billy White Moon. Back body drop from the Junkyard Dog. Now JYD escorting Billy White Moon's center ring, sets him up with a flip over neck whip. Now White Moon. Oh, White Moon in big trouble here as Junkyard Dog starts setting it up. Look at this. Round and round we go, and where we stop nobody knows. Billy White Moon in big trouble here. Junkyard Dog lets him go, and his head's got to be scrambled. Junkyard Dog working the crowd here in Berlin. Bounds up White Moon, running clothesline. Follows it up with a second, rebounds off the ropes, and a beautiful heel kick from Junkyard Dog. JYD catches Billy White Moon, delivers an elbow to the leg. White Moon rips him into the Best of the West corner, and oh, here we go. It is a boot party, and Junkyard Dog is the guest of honor. White Moon, Deacons taking turns, line tagging and just stomping a hole into the Junkyard Dog here. And here comes the payoff. Whipped into Billy White Moon's boots is the Junkyard Dog. Jim Dandy covers. 1, 2, but no, Junkyard Dog powering out. Jim Dandy rounds him up again. Look at this, Junkyard Dog quick with the counter, takes Jim Dandy Deacons up over the shoulders. Michinoku driver. Junkyard Dog going for the cover. 1, 2, but no. Jim Dandy Deacons with the wherewithal to get that shoulder up just in time. But the Junkyard Dog in full control of Jim Dandy at the moment. Whips him into the corner. And here we go. KOKO Beware coming in on the tag. Here's the double team. Drop toe hold and an elbow drop in combination. And KOKO Beware is countered by Jim Dandy Deacons with an arm breaker. Spins him around. Takes him up, back body drop suplex. And look at this, Jim Dandy Deacons doing a little showing off for the fans here. Look at this, rolls up Junkyard Dog into a small package 1. Just a 1. KOKO Beware, very resourceful to escape that pin. Jim Dandy delivers a couple of serious clotheslines. Swing and a miss from KOKO, and a forearm that takes him down. KOKO Beware, rounded up again. Oh, here we go. A series of short left jabs from Jim Dandy and a double shot to the chest. And down goes KOKO and Jim Dandy Deacons, showing why they call him Dandy. Wow. Jim rounds up KOKO, pitches him into the Best of the West corner. Uh-oh, this ain't good for KOKO Beware. It's about to take, well, the Birdman's about to fly whether he likes it or not. Jim Dandy. Whoa, top rope superplex for KOKO Beware. And he has got to be all messed up right about now. Jim Dandy rounds KOKO up. KOKO slips out the back door here. But Jim Dandy equally quick with the counter. Has KOKO up again. KOKO slipping out the back door, delivers a wicked kick. Takes Jim Dandy up over the shoulders, and Jim Dandy absolutely refusing to go with a DDT. KOKO quickly back to his feet. Talk about impressive. Pitches Jim Dandy into the apron. Jim delivers a jab. KOKO delivers. Now these guys are just trading shots back and forth. KOKO with a series of wicked kicks to the chest of Jim Dandy Deacons, with Billy White Moon watching the whole thing patiently. Into the apron again. KOKO Beware catches an arm drag. Jim Dandy once again up over the shoulders of KOKO Beware and pancake face first to the floor. My goodness. KOKO with a leg drop. And it looks as if Billy White Moon has seen quite enough. Pitches him into the ring post. If Tex were here, he'd sing about it. Jim Dandy showing off for the fans as Billy White Moon pitches KOKO Beware back into the ring. Here comes the Junkyard Dog on the tag. Here comes Jim Dandy Deacons, and he gets taken down immediately. Junkyard Dog whipped into Best of the West corner, escapes the corner, chops down Jim Dandy Deacons like a tree. Quick hot tag to Billy White Moon here. Junkyard Dog, don't know if he's coming or going. Jim Dandy Deacons makes his way out, and here comes Billy White Moon. Charging after the Junkyard Dog, takes him down finally. Takes him down a second time with another clothesline, swing and a miss from the Junkyard Dog, and a beautiful kick from Billy White Moon. White Moon rounds him up. Junkyard Dog counters. Now JYD setting up for the DDT, but no, Billy White Moon not going for it in the slightest. Delivers a series of kicks that takes Junkyard Dog back down the canvas. Driving a knee into the lower back. Junkyard Dog. Billy White Moon sensing that the end may be near here. Whoa, what a hard shot. He may very well have knocked Junkyard Dog out. Billy White Moon covers 1, 2, and 3. KOKO Beware too late to make the save. Best of the West wins this one by pinfall.
The time of the fall, 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Gene Dandy and Billy White Moon, Best of the West.
And so it is Billy White Moon picking up the pinfall win for Best of the West. In an explosive matchup, you were not kidding, Steve. These teams put it all on the line here tonight.
They sure did, Don. Impossible to even try to pick a winner here, so we had to wait and see which team would get the upper hand and hang on to that bad boy.
Hey, so I guessed right. No way would either of these two teams deliver anything less than a stellar performance. And while both teams did try their hearts out, leaving it all in the ring, Mid-South champ Billy White Moon picks up the 3-count fall for his team. And I'm feeling even better about the trade for the Cobra Core than I did when we started this one. I've got a feeling Best of the West will be top stars on Rage in the future.
Coming up next, Legends Division competition with Greg the Hammer Valentine. Putting in an appearance tonight against Big Bob DUNCUM of the Unholy Trinity with Dutch Mantell.
The following Legends Division match, scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Seattle, Washington, weighing 242 pounds, here's Greg, the Hammer, Valentine.
Big Herc, I've seen a great preponderance of legendary superstars on the Rage roster, and Greg the Hammer Valentine, certainly a workhorse in that field.
Workhorse is pretty accurate, Don. Rage was lucky to secure Greg Valentine.
As far as veteran stars go, Greg's one of the best. This guy eats, breathes, and sleeps pro wrestling. Bobby DUNCUM isn't facing a pushover tonight.
Conversely, Christy, Bobby DUNCUM is no pushover either, which is going to guarantee us a really exciting matchup.
His opponent accompanied to the ring by Dirty Dutch Mantell from Houston, Texas, weighing 254 pounds, Big Bob DUNCUM.
Bobby DUNCUM and Dutch Mantell. The only one missing is primetime Bobby Mills from the Unholy Trinity. But Bobby DUNCUM working this act alone tonight against Greg Valentine.
While we're on the topic, I need to clear the air about something. I've been questioned as to why I would sign the unholy trinity in the first place. But to be clear, I didn't seek them out. Dutch came to me first. Not that I disliked them in any way. They just weren't really on my radar, but I would have been foolish to turn them away.
I'm sure in the last few weeks you've received dozens and dozens of requests and probably given out dozens more invitations.
All true, Don. It's just that with all that going on, if Dutch Mantel hadn't come looking to sign with Rage, he and the unholy trinity might have gotten lost in the shuffle. But in hindsight, I'm glad he did ask to sign with Rage.
If he hadn't, we would be denied this terrific Legends Division matchup that we're about to enjoy. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. Here we go. Everybody come center ring. Greg Valentine delivers a wicked forearm. Bobby Duncum with a headlock takedown on Greg Valentine. Dutch Mantel standing ringside, providing encouragement to Big Bob Duncum. Hard right hand to the side of the head of Greg Valentine. Valentine whipped to the ropes. Head-on collision with no result in an arm drag from Greg Valentine. They lock up. Bobby Duncum goes behind. Classic takedown, and look at this Greg Valentine scrambling on his keister here. Bobby Duncum from behind. Hard kick to the midsection from Valentine. He sets him up. Vertical suplex from the hammer. Greg Valentine, of course, one of the masters of the figure four leg lock, which he has used to some effect. Valentine catches the kick to the midsection from Bobby Duncum and a running clothesline. Bobby Duncum rounds Valentine up. And here we go, snap suplex. Bobby Duncum misses with that stomp. Greg Valentine brings himself back into the ring and gets pitched right back out on the apron. Bobby Duncum looking supremely confident. Well, he was up until a moment ago. Greg Valentine with a leg snap. And Big Bob Duncum. Greg Valentine catches an arm drag. And Bobby Duncum tried for the overhand right, didn't get it. Tried for another shot, didn't succeed there either. And look at this. Nice back suplex from Greg Valentine. The Hammer going for the first cover of the match. One and only a one. Literally, absolutely just a one. Valentine whipped into the corner. Bobby Duncum with a clothesline from behind. Hard kick to the back of the shoulder. Big Bob Duncum trying to assert himself here. Beautiful suplex. Bobby Duncum really starting to put the pressure on Greg Valentine. Valentine with a back body drop on Bobby Duncum. Rounds him up with both hands by the throat and whips him hard out onto the floor. Greg Valentine working the crowd here in Berlin. Rounds up Bobby Duncum. Has him up over the shoulder. Drops him head first into the ring steps. Bobby Duncum in some serious trouble here. Quick counter. Trying to fight his way out of this fire, but doesn't have enough water. Bobby Duncum back in the ring. Here comes Valentine right after him. Valentine whips to the far corner, counters and escapes. Takes Bobby Duncum down. Drives a knee into the leg of Bobby Duncum. No doubt working him up, softening him up for that figure four, which is probably coming somewhere down the way. Valentine hangs Bobby Duncum off the top rope. Look at this Dutch Mantel trying to bring a little equalizer into the ring with a steel chair, which Bobby Duncum will not get to use. Hard elbow to the top of Bobby Duncum's skull. Bobby Duncum with a dragon sleeper here. Valentine quickly escaping the hold. Takes him down again and a leg snap on the same leg. I guarantee you he's going to put in that figure four pretty soon. Greg Valentine perhaps debating whether or not to use that chair. Too late. Willie Johnson has ditched the chair. Valentine on the mat. Bobby Duncum looking supremely confident at the moment. Greg Valentine with a hard jab. An elbow from Bobby Duncum. Oh, here we go. Clothesline in a second. Bobby Duncum rebounds off the ropes and a beautiful heel kick. Down goes Greg Valentine. Greg Valentine quickly with the counter. Back to his feet. And Bobby Duncum laid out on the mat because there's a gouge of the face. But Bobby Duncum counters with a hard shot. Valentine counters equally quickly. Drop toe hold. And now Bobby Duncum in serious trouble as Greg Valentine continues to punish the legs of Big Bob Duncum. An elbow to the midsection. Valentine counters with a kick. Here we go, up and oh, whoa, what a rib breaker right there. Valentine thinking he might have it in the bag here. Dragging Bobby Duncum center ring. Drops an elbow on the back of his head. Wow. Greg Valentine now stalking Big Bob Duncum. Could be bad news. And here we go. There it is. As promised. Greg Valentine cinching in the figure four on Big Bob Duncum. Has to break it because of the rope. I know that has to be frustrating for Greg Valentine. He might have ended this match right there. Continuing to drag Bobby Duncum to a convenient spot. Going for the cover. 1, 2. No! Bobby Duncum with a right shoulder up just in the nick of time. Greg Valentine has to start anew. Duncum with a shoulder tackle that took Greg Valentine down to the canvas hard. Duncum with a hard right hand. Valentine with a quick fireman's carry. Rounds Bobby Duncum up. Oh, hard shots, 2 shots to separate Greg Valentine. And a spinning neck breaker drop right there as Bob Duncum, look at this, going to work, taking off that turnbuckle. Unbeknownst to referee Willie Johnson, as Greg Valentine is prepared for a grim situation. Bob Duncum going for a cover. 1, 2, no, not even a 2. About a 1 1/4. Now Bobby Duncum gonna loosen every single turnbuckle in that ring. Valentine back inside. Willie Johnson totally confused with all these turnbuckles disassembled. The 2 men tussle. Valentine shoves him away. Drop toe hold. Ooh. Rap's trying for that figure 4 again. Bobby Duncum wouldn't let him get away with it. Willie Johnson fixing those turnbuckles now. Whoa, did you see that? What a shot. Possibly a totally illegal shot from Greg Valentine. He busted him open. Drops another elbow on the skull of Bob Duncum as Dutch Mantel tries to rally this crowd. No good. 1, 2, 3, and you can chalk this one up. That's all she wrote. Greg Valentine wins by pinfall.
The time, 7 minutes and 39 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Greg, the Hammer. Valentine.
There's the old cheaters and never prosper lesson, laid out in graphic detail. Dutch with the chair, and Duncum with the turnbuckles, and all of it just lead to Valentine cracking Duncum a beauty of a knee to the face while the ref wasn't looking. Talk about your plans going all the way to hell. Yeah guys, this loss? Duncum and Dutch Mantel did it to themselves, y'all.
And indeed it demonstrated that Greg Valentine is indeed a wily veteran. What a terrific win for the Hammer. We'll be right back with more RWL Rage right after the break.
This October, one man threatens to plunge the entire universe into darkness. Behind him an army, a cult of mindless but dedicated soldiers. On the other side, a coalition of the willing, ready to stand up and fight against this unspoken evil. Who will prevail? Find out at RWL Halloween Brawl this Wednesday, October the 30th.
Alright fans, as we close out the first hour this evening, it's going to be a Ladies Legends matchup tag team action with Jacqueline and Ivory, set to face CHRISTY HEMME and CANDACE Michelle.
The following Ladies Legends Tag Team Contest is set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the original Divas, the team of Jacqueline and Ivory.
Now here's a ladies tag match I can get excited about. Always love seeing Jackie and Ivory compete, and they're gonna have it pretty tough tonight, because no bull. CHRISTY, HEMME, and CANDACE Michelle are from that following generation from the original Divas, which means they play a little rougher than their predecessors.
I'm sure Jackie and Ivory won't mind the challenge too much, but they won't have an easy time meeting that challenge either.
Candace Michelle and CHRISTY HEMME seem to believe that Jacqueline and Ivory have lost their teeth, that they're past it, that they don't have what it takes anymore, and I'm afraid Candace Michelle and CHRISTY HEMME may find out to their cost the hard way that they are dead wrong.
And their opponents, the team of Candace Michelle and CHRISTY HEMME.
Perhaps a little bit younger, certainly a lot more brash. Candace Michelle and CHRISTY HEMME coming down the ramp determined to try and show up Jacqueline and Ivory tonight, and while they have the tools with which to do it, they may not be reckoning on the determination of Jacqueline and Ivory, who have a lot more experience than they do. No matter how you slice it, this one's going to be a Ladies Legends tag match to beat the band. With Ivory and CHRISTY HEMME starting us off, there's the bell. Ivory with a hard kick to the midsection and a slam of the head for CHRISTY HEMME. HEMME responds with an arm drag. Now CHRISTY HEMME with Ivory, but Ivory resisting with elbows to the midsection. Catches another arm drag from CHRISTY HEMME and a disrespectful slap to the face. Ivory whipped out onto the apron as CHRISTY HEMME steps out, and in comes Candace Michelle. And not even a minute and change into this match, and it's gone to the outside with Ivory and Candace Michelle trading shots. Ivory slips around the back inverted DDT out there on the floor with Candace Michelle. Candace Michelle and Ivory trading shots back and forth on the outside while referee Willie Johnson continues the count. CHRISTY HEMME watching Candace Michelle go to work on Ivory. Ivory rolled back into the ring. Here comes Candace Michelle. Hard stomp to the back. Now Candace stretching the arm of Ivory. Candace Michelle gathers Ivory up. Whipped into her team's corner. And here comes CHRISTY HEMME again on the tag, and we're going to see us a double team here. Drop toe hold and an elbow drop combo in tandem. Ivory snaps the arm of CHRISTY HEMME. Whips her into her team's corner. CHRISTY HEMME quickly escaping, delivers a kick to the midsection to Ivory. Whips her into her team's corner. But Ivory, quick and resourceful with the elbow, escapes. Counter whips CHRISTY HEMME into her corner, but again, CHRISTY HEMME. Look at this, Jacqueline throwing a little monkey wrench into the works here. And a face buster for CHRISTY HEMME, courtesy of Ivory. With an assist from Jacqueline as Ivory goes for the cover. 1, 2, no! CHRISTY HEMME getting the arm up just in time. Ivory tags in Jacqueline for the first time. Miss Jackie, Miss Texas, I'm sure Tex Lynch regrets not securing Jacqueline for Snarl. Miss Jackie delivers a stomp to the back and starts beating the head of CHRISTY HEMME against the canvas. CHRISTY HEMME responds with a jawbreaker and whips Jacqueline into her team's corner. Look at this, CHRISTY HEMME whips Jacqueline into the ropes. Another drop toe hold. Beautifully done. CHRISTY HEMME with a hard right hand that turns Jacqueline around. Inverted dragon suplex and a leg drop. Whoa! CHRISTY HEMME covers 1, 2, no, just a 2. Almost not even a 2. Christy Hemme set to charge Jacqueline. Jacqueline unaware. Boom! Whoa, whoa, what a shot. And up over the shoulders. And whoa, slam face first into the cap. Look at this cocky pin from Christy Hemme. 1, 2. But no. Jacqueline manages to get the shoulder up. And despite Christy Hemme's cockiness, Jacqueline is back in action. Jackie just pitches Christy Hemme out onto the floor, takes herself up to the top turnbuckle. Candace Michelle can't stop it, but Jacqueline misses with the move anyway. Ivory spins her around with a hard right hand, and now it's Jackie and Ivory. With Christy Hemme caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. It's a 2 against 1 scenario, and the numbers game is not working in her favor. Christy Hemme slams Jacqueline's head into the apron. Jacqueline takes a hard shot. Grabs Christy Hemme by the hair. He's got a handful of hair right there. But Christy Hemme separates them with elbows to the midsection. They tussle on the outside. Referee Willie Johnson still counting. Kick to the midsection from Jacqueline. And head first into the apron goes Christy Hemme. These two just trading shots back and forth on the outside while the referee continues to blithely count. Head first into the apron again for Jacqueline. Jackie, one more time. Christy Hemme gets slammed into the apron herself. Now they're just slamming each other's heads into the apron, back and forth like a tennis match. My goodness. In rolls Jacqueline finally. Here comes Christy Hemme. And here comes Ivory on the tag. Ivory takes her down with a clothesline. Drags her to the corner, goes for the quick cover. Look at this. Ivory trying to be clever, but it didn't work out. Ivory whipped to the opposing team's corner, quickly escapes the corner. Christy Hemme also quickly escaping the corner. And pitches Ivory across the ring by her hair. Look at this, what are we setting up here for? Christy Hemme drags Ivory center ring. And here we go, another giant swing. As Ivory is spun around and given the worst case of vertigo on the planet. Woohoo! Christy Hemme feeling pretty good about herself right now. Whoa, what a clothesline. Another. Christy Hemme lit up here. Takes Ivory down, follows it up with a stomp to the back of the head. Now Christy Hemme. Look at this, Ivory with a nice arm drag. A kick to the midsection puts Christy Hemme into the corner, but she quickly escapes the corner yet again. Ivory responds with elbows to the face. Christy Hemme with a wicked series of kicks and a toss of Ivory across the ring again. Hemme drags Ivory closer to her corner. And in comes Candace Michelle. Candace, look at this. What a display of smugness from the team. Candace Michelle and Christy Hemme. Ivory takes her down with a kick, follows it up with another, kicks her halfway across the ring. Delivers a stomp to the back, a kick to the midsection, an overhand right. And Ivory. Well, there goes Candace Michelle out onto the floor. And one more time, this match goes to the outside. And again, it's Candace Michelle and Ivory trading shots back and forth. Look at this. Ivory tried for the scoop slam, but Candace Michelle counters it into an inverted DDT, follows it up with a stomp to the chest. Rounds Ivory up again. A hard shot across the chest and a standing drop kick. Candace Michelle rounds Ivory up for a scoop slam. No. Head first into the apron. Goes Ivory. Candace Michelle pitches Ivory back inside the ring, and here she comes after her. Ivory desperately crawling her way to her corner. Tags in Jacqueline, and here we go. Jackie misses with the spear. Candace Michelle, a little too fast, spins her around with a hard right. Another inverted dragon sweeper and another leg drop across the throat of Jacqueline. Candace Michelle covers. 1, 2, no! Jacqueline powering out of the pin. Candace Michelle can't believe it. Jacqueline retaliating here, but Christy Hemme escapes the corner one more time and pitches Jacqueline into her team's corner, misses with the knees. Meanwhile, Jacqueline there to clean up the mess, and whoa, double underhook suplex from Jacqueline. Jackie catches a jawbreaker from Candace Michelle. Candace whips Jackie into the corner, and oh, here we go. As Candace Michelle and Christy Hemme in tandem with repeated blind tags putting the boots to Jacqueline. And Jacqueline could be in very big trouble right here. Jackie absolutely being manhandled at the hands of Christy Hemme and Candace Michelle, and here's a beautiful winging dropkick. And Jacqueline is laid out. Christy Hemme goes for the cover. 1, 2, but again, not enough for a 3-count pinfall. Christy Hemme gets countered by Jacqueline with a kick. Christy Hemme counters with a right. A disrespectful slap that stuns Jacqueline. Look at this. Oh man, we were trying for something fancy, but no good. Jacqueline takes her down with a clothesline. And Jackie, look at this wraparound DDT, plants Christy Hemme's head into the mat. Jacqueline goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. The original Divas, Jacqueline and Ivory, win by pinfall.
The time of the match, 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Your winners, Jacqueline and Ivory.
That was a pretty rough scrap, but the original Divas, Jackie and Ivory, were able to stick it out against their very determined opponents to outlast Christy Hemme and Candace Michelle just long enough for Jacqueline to secure the 3-count pinfall to put the W in her team's column. That performance is an example of why Jackie and Ivory have endured for so long.
I enjoyed the hell out of that match, you too.
Well, so it's Jackie and Ivory picking up the win over Candace Michelle and Christy Hemme. And a match that certainly turned out to be a lot more of a pop blower than any of us could have possibly expected. As that takes care of the first hour of tonight's RWL Rage, and we will be back with the second half right after the break, so please stay with us.